Hey guys, it's Osaru. So today's video is gonna be very special. So I have a special guest. I'm with Rupa Sensei.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? 皆さん、こんにちは。Rupa Sensei です。YouTube English teacher.
Yeah, so I'm so glad to have you here in person. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on the channel.
Yeah. So thank you for coming to my channel. Okay. So before we start, so could you briefly introduce yourself a little bit, so that we can get on the same page about your background and you.
All right. Hey guys. So I'm an English teacher on YouTube. I'm originally from Australia, where I was born and raised. I used to be a teacher up in Ibaraki, and then after that I came back to Australia and I started off Instagram and YouTube, and I've been doing it for about 6 years.
So yeah, I've been watching your videos. I've been a big fan of it.
Fantastic.
How many years have you been doing your channel? So YouTube, also Instagram. So I watched your Instagram, but how many years have you been doing this?
Oh, so I started the Instagram when I was 19, so about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And then after about 2 years, I focused mainly on YouTube.
Okay. So it's amazing how your channel has stood the test of time. So yeah, I think people are just getting to cancel their getting unpopular, right?
Yeah.
Your channel has been getting popular and popular, so that's a good thing, right?
It's had its ups and downs, but I'm like a surfer, man, Even if it's waving, even if it has its wave, I just ride the waves.
So those who are watching my video may or may not be aware that he's got his great channel. So he's got maybe 500,000 subscribers.
That's right, yeah.
That's good. So his channel is much greater than mine.
Oh, no. Your one's fantastic too, Osaru-san, because you go really deep into those topics and you make great lessons that really help people. And I have to give you congratulations here, man, because you're really making videos that change the world, change the country. So it's amazing.
Thank you very much. From native speaker's perspective, so what do you make of my videos? So did you watch my videos?
To be honest, they're terrible. Joking. No. They're absolutely amazing. Those videos, they're fantastic because, as I said, you're helping adults who have a bad image of English. In Japan, they have to learn in middle school and then high school and then take an entrance exam and everything's terrible. It's like the image of English studying is so bad, but then you come along like Superman and say, guys, don't worry, English learning can be fun. It can be simple, and I'm gonna teach you how to do it. So that's my impression of your videos. It's like Superman.
Thanks very much for saying that. Several questions for you, so I'm gonna ask you like a random question. So
bring it on.
Okay, thank you very much. So please answer my question. So as much as possible. So I think we get to a deep question. So yeah, please look forward to his answers. Okay.
Sounds good.
The first question I'm gonna ask you is how you learn Japanese, because we've had a meeting. So with this to make this collab video, he's fluent in Japanese. So I think he's more fluent in Japanese than you thought he would be. How did you learn Japanese?
I can hold my own. My own, we say. Hold my own means I can do my best. I can hold my own in a situation, and it's an interesting story. Like we were saying, I started when I was in high school, and high school in Australia is 6 years. So we don't have middle school. We go from elementary school straight to high school. Yeah, exactly. And I started then because I had the option of learning French or Japanese, and I thought, France, what's so interesting about that? Eiffel Tower, baguettes, croissants. So I think, all right, let's put that on the side. Japanese, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, which I loved to watch when I was a kid. I also love sushi and things like that. So let's speak Japanese. I don't care how hard it is, and let's do our best. And then the lesson started, and there's 3 writing systems. Hiragana, katakana, kanji, and it's so difficult to learn. So
how long did it take to master it? Not master, but just be good at it.
Right. So after about 3 years of learning all the basics, learning hiragana and katakana and some basic kanjis and some basic grammars, watashi wa nani nani desu, watashi ga nani nani suki desu, I start to have more conversation classes. In my case, I'm so lucky because I had great teachers. Because I had a really great Japanese teacher, and then I had a really great assistant Japanese teachers, which even at lunchtimes would give me free lessons, or lessons during conversation lessons.
Good.
During lunchtime.
Good opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. And from then, it was not really like a teacher. It was more like a friend. So it gave me a lot more motivation to learn Japanese as well. 毎日続いてなんとなく話せるようになりました。 But one thing Osaru-san, I learned a lot of Japanese from anime, Naruto especially, and One Piece. So sometimes I'll say to my friends, "Hey, 聞いてるか? Omae?" or something like that. And they're like, "Rupa Sensei, you sound like anime characters." So I've had some little slip-ups there.
Japanese phrases.
Yeah, but they kind of see me as a character as well, so I think it's kind of fitting if I have those phrases from animes and stuff that aren't really used so much in Japanese unless they're kind of angry or something, but it sounds funny.
Yeah, that's good. So also you teach English to Japanese people on your channel.
That's right.
So, what made you interested in YouTube and teaching English itself? You worked in Ibaraki.
Yeah.
Did you used to be an English teacher?
Correct. It's a great question because I was an ALT. So I was working with some Japanese teachers and I was, getting the kids speaking. I was a shogakko and chugakko no sensei. No, ALT でした.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was up in Ibaraki Mito when I was only 18.
18.
Yeah, because in Australia we have something called a gap year. It's getting famous in Japan now, but we've done it in Australia for a very long time. And I really do recommend it because I took a gap year and I came to Japan on a working holiday. I was looking for work. I found that, I got that amazing job. And yeah, I just continued doing that. But the working holiday visa, it's only for 1 year. So after 1 year, I had to come back for university. And then I was like, oh no, I had a job that I really liked, which I'm pretty lucky because a lot of people, they find the job they like later on in life, maybe when they're 25 or 30.
Yeah, that's true.
I found it when I was 18. So I was like, I want to continue this, but I can't be a teacher in Japan. Well, there's this thing called Instagram where it's getting quite popular. And originally I was doing lessons on Skype and I was doing man-to-man lessons. And as a way to promote that business, I started making Instagram videos.
So I've been watching your Instagram. So as you're working in the city or maybe you just get filming the video and you introduce some native English phrases, the English phrases native speakers often use.
Exactly. It was actually because at the time I was a salesman. I haven't actually said this before, but it was always when I was walking to work or sometimes I used to, door knock. So I'd knock on people's doors and sell them things. Sometimes if I had a really bad experience with a customer, they got angry at me, I was like, okay, I need a refresh. Okay, let's take a video and re-energize, So yeah.
YouTube is a great way to let off your steam and that's one of the ways to relax yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm a little bit strange because I like taking videos to release my stress, but everyone's got their own things they like to do, right?
I've been a big fan of your Instagram and also in YouTube, and especially I learned about linking and pronunciation. And when I was learning the pronunciation process, I learned about linking, especially from videos. Yeah, that was amazing because he's very energetic and also he gives me motivation to study English. I got off a good start thanks to you. So I could have done it without you. So I've got 8th grade 1 and also I've got 970 points on TOEIC. So I could have done it without you.
Oh mate, I'm actually so happy to hear that because, like I was saying before with YouTube, sometimes we get, so focused on the numbers. And like, oh, did this video go well? Oh, this video didn't go well. But to actually have a student say such kind words, to the YouTube creator or to the teacher, it's so motivating. So now I'm so ready to go make some more videos and start teaching people again. So
good.
Yeah. And to continue on from what you talked about linking, I think it is such an important topic because just learning some of the basics of linkings. For example, how to link consonant to consonant. Or consonant to vowel, or how to, drop some of the sounds. It can really change people's English for the better, even though it's such a simple rule. Because I had a problem, I was teaching at the school and it's always textbooks. Hi, I'm Takeshi, nice to meet you. I'm fine, thank you, and you. And it's like, those are good to get the basics of the grammar and some basic phrases to start to use. And obviously some people do use them, but they don't say it like a robot. If you pronounce every word by itself, my name is Rupa, I'm an English teacher. We don't say it like that. We say, hey, my name is Rupa, I'm an English teacher. It's all connected, it's all linked. And then we drop sounds, we add sounds, we change sounds. So it's beautiful, it's like art. Or like we talked about before, speaking English, it's like dancing or singing. So those are some important things that we can learn from the movies and things like that.
That's so yeah, interesting. So especially I learned about also linking from the videos, and also like I learned especially the important mindset toward English.
Yeah.
So I think I've hit so many walls when it comes to English study. So I go through a lot of ups and downs, and sometimes I feel down when I can't communicate with the native speakers, when I can also like so express my ideas to native speakers. But by watching your videos, I became very positive toward my mistakes. Yeah, I learned from mistakes, and also I've learned to speak English thanks to your videos.
Oh man, I'm so happy to hear that, because in my opinion, mindset is everything, you know, and it helps you with things outside of English. So if you develop a strong mindset, it's going to help you learn English. It's going to help you get better at fitness and get a better body. It's going to help you with business. If you're always down and you feel negative and you're always pessimistic about outcomes and results, it's just going to slow you down. There's no reason to be negative. There's no benefit to it. So I always preach that. I always say, guys, just be positive. No matter what happens, there's probably a solution to your problem. So be positive, and don't just be positive and don't take action, but do both. Have the positive mindset, but also work hard towards your goals. And that's something I love to teach.
Yeah, that's a great message, because Japanese people, as you said, so pessimistic about their future and also worried about their mistakes that they make. So it's a bit of a cliche. So I always say to them, so don't be afraid of making mistakes, but it's very difficult to put what I teach into action, right? So but your message is great and also helpful to those who are watching my video. I think it's people who have great methods. So those who are watching my videos are able to have great methods. But people who have great methods are dime a dozen, right? So many people. But people who have put the ideas also like great methods into action are few and far between. So priceless, right?
Exactly.
So I think that's a great message. So thank you very much.
No, that's fantastic. You need both. You need the great tactics and then also the great mindset. Because if you're only working hard and okay, let's study, but you're studying the wrong things, it's like trying to climb a ladder to somewhere, but the ladder's on the wrong wall, you know? But if you have the opposite thing, if you have the most beautiful ladder in the world and it's super easy to climb, but you don't have the motivation to climb it, you're not gonna get anywhere. So you need both. You need a great mindset, and you also need a great strategy. And I think that's something that you're really good at teaching. You're great at teaching the strategies and how to improve the English and what to learn. You really are so good at telling the students what to do and what they should do. And then we can combine, you know, do the Dragon Ball Fusion. So on your channel, they can learn about what to do, and then my channel learn about the motivation to get started.
So those who are watching my videos should watch his videos and also subscribe to his channel.
And vice versa. For sure.
Thank you. How do you teach English to Japanese people? So of course I know your style and stuff, but those who are watching my video may not be aware, and maybe. So how do you teach English to Japanese people?
I love to teach with movies and in English media, so it could be interviews with famous people, movies and TV shows. I think it's a great way to learn.
What made you use movies to teach students? That's a key, right?
I have 2 points.
2 points.
Well, one is because I learned Japanese through those media platforms, through learning from anime and through dramas. I love the dramas at Ikebukuro Westgate Park and My Boss My Hero, you know, like those kind of old ones. And why I love those because they were so great for me to learn Japanese from. And what I focus on is not just watching the movies and being like, oh, naruhodo ne, naruhodo, omoshiroi hanashi, but actually active watching and active listening. So if you see a new phrase that you don't know, pause the video and look it up. Write it down.
You write it down.
Exactly.
You write it down in the notebook and also repeat them.
Exactly. And that's the active listening. So there's 2 ways to watch a movie or watch a thing. One's like the passive way, just sit back, relax. Oh yeah, popcorn, girlfriend here, you know, but check your phone or new messages. The second one is to actually focus and write it down in notebook, you know?
Active listening is the key. Passive learning is not that good.
So that's the first point. The first point is because that's how I learned Japanese, from doing that active listening with Japanese TV shows. And the second point, when I was a teacher, right? Did you teach high school?
I taught English at high school.
At high school. I taught middle school.
Okay, middle school.
Middle school. And middle school students, there's something about that age that they're just really sleepy. Because maybe just the students in Japan, they have too much homework and they don't sleep enough. because I would have these classes and students would always just sleep or they'll just be chatting and stuff. Not all the students, but some of them, And if I just come up to them and say, guys, okay, we're learning about a festival today. Mr. Bob went to a festival. He bought an ice cream. Repeat after me, everybody. It's super fun. No. Everyone's just sleeping. What if I say, hey guys, let's watch a scene from Back to the Future. Everyone's like, Back to the Future? A movie? Rupa Sensei, that's awesome. And all of a sudden, all the sleepy students would just be super glued to it, glued to the screen, I used to teach with like RoboCop and something. Not every lesson, because obviously in middle school they have to pass the tests and stuff, but if we had free time or something, I would show them. And also from songs, Beatles, songs and movies and TV shows, or even I'll get the students acting like dramas, and they're great ways to learn. So those are the 2 points. One, because I learned Japanese that way, and two, because my students would just get a whole new energy and everything like that.
That's a good way, and that's a good thing for students, because you said your students are sleepy. So we have a lot in common, because I was used to work as an English teacher, and also I feel you. So the students are always tired and sleepy. Also, I'm sick and tired of the study itself.
Exactly.
They see English as study.
It's boring, right? If you just textbooks every day.
I think it's because of the Japanese education system, but I think you invented a good English study, so like a good movies.
Yeah, and actually how I started to do that on YouTube, there's still a channel and they teach English with TV shows, but they teach it in English. So I thought, okay, for my students, they're all Japanese, I should give these like personalized lessons with explaining the difficult points in Japanese, because a lot of times English teachers might say you should only learn in English, learn English in English. But I think if it's a difficult point, we should explain that in Japanese. We should use it as a tool to help learn English. A lot of people, they waste that tool. That's one of the reasons why I still try hard to learn my Japanese, is to explain English better. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I started making those on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that's how you started your channel, and started use movies to teach in English.
Yeah, so short clips, 10 or 15 seconds, but in those 10 or 15 seconds, the actors will say about 4 lines. And here's another good thing about the benefits of learning from movies, is the actor, just say Harry Potter or someone, Daniel Radcliffe in Harry Potter, he's not thinking about teaching English. He's just saying his lines in a natural way. So it's natural English. Whether with these CDs from all the IELTS and stuff, it's
robotic and monotone.
And like we talked about before, English is more than just what you say, it's how you say it and what rhythm, and it's like dancing and music. So the actors have to convey their emotions in these lines like art.
You can put your emotions into the lines, and also the actors. You can pretend to be like an actor or an actress.
Exactly.
I think that's a very important point. So that's a very good takeaway, because being an actor and an actress, like the feelings and situation and English phrases are connected. That's how I define English brain.
Really?
So like English phrases and situation, and also like English phrases are connected. So so when I encounter a situation, so for example, when I eat something tasty, so in Japanese we say 美味しい or うまい. So my Japanese comes out naturally. This is the Japanese brain.
Right.
That applies to the English brain.
Yeah.
So when we encounter a situation, and so if the situation and the feelings and certain phrases are connected, we say it naturally. So it is a second nature. So that's a Japanese brain. So I think in that sense, the movie is a great way to have the Japanese, also English brain.
Fantastic. Yeah, because in movies, you get to see the context that the things are used in. Some of the problems with like vocabulary lists or, tangocho, right? Is it kind of gives you the phrase, it might give you an example sentence, but you don't really understand the context that it's used in. With a movie, you've got the whole story about it, and you've got the back and forth catchball of the conversation happening, so you already know what's happening, so it's really good to learn.
There is a lot of back and forth, and that makes it easier for us to remember the English phrases. I think that from the brain memorization process, maybe. So we can learn phrases from the feelings in the scene. That's cool.
Yeah, but but if you just watch the movie, it's kind of hard for students to learn the pronunciation and everything like that. That's why I really like to make the lessons that dissect and really like 分析, you know?
Dissect.
Yeah, really dissect the phrases and say like, okay, so here Harry Potter, he's doing something called linking, and just like magic, it will make your English better. You know, with consonant linking, consonant to vowel, vowel to vowel, and things like that. And, yeah, and it's a great way.
A great way. So the key to learning English is like learn English, while having fun, right?
100%. I'm so happy you said that. Yeah.
You guys should watch his videos while having fun.
Yeah.
And some people, like as you said, so might be worried about their mistakes, and also they might be find studying English very boring and vanilla. So I think they should change the mindset. In order to change the mindset, so you guys should watch his videos.
Thank you. And also one thing about studying from movies, whether it's from YouTube with my clips or from the other clips on YouTube or Netflix, it's very easy to get started. Because a lot of the times you're thinking, I kind of want to study English, but I just don't have the motivation. But if it's with a movie, you're probably going to watch a movie anyway at night time when you're trying to relax. So yeah, it's a great way to get started. Sometimes the first step is the hardest, but once you get that momentum, it's easy to continue. Just like the hardest part about getting fit is going to the gym because it's a mental battle. But once you get started, there's momentum and you're getting more motivation and it's easy to continue. And just like you know, Osada-san, in English, consistency is the key. It's no good just learning one week really hard and then take a 2-month break and then another week really hard. You're not gonna get anywhere. You're just gonna go make progress, go backwards, make progress, go backwards. You know, if you take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, you're not gonna get anywhere. But just doing that little bit every day, which is why I love YouTube, you know?
Yeah, we talked about it. So in your video,
right.
So we maybe see the mistakes as mistakes. They're worried about their own mistakes all the time. So yeah, that's a good story. So that's a good message to
100%.
give them.
Yeah, stay consistency.
Yeah, it's natural you feel like giving up studying English. And also, it's natural that you feel alone. So it's notice the fact, right? It's very, very important to notice the fact. So as long as you notice the fact that you can continue doing it, so you don't see mistakes as mistakes, right?
100%.
That's that.
Because everyone thinks like whether it's fitness or learning English or starting a business, it's gonna grow up like this, just straight line.
Yeah.
No, it's like Mr. Squiggly Man, you know, like this. Sometimes goes back like this. Okay, and finally reaches the goal. But also that leads us into, you know, setting a goal is also important.
Setting a goal. Shoot for the stars, and
exactly.
That's good.
If you shoot for the stars, you might at least end up at the moon. So and goals should be something that, you know, motivate you as well. If your goals are boring or they're too scary, you know, you want goals that motivate you.
The last question, so I'd like to ask you is that are the movies a good way to learn English? Because some of you might be thinking that is it good to learn English with movies? What do you think? What do you make of using movies to learn English?
Great question. Because a lot of students, they can get confused. Some teachers say movies are terrible. Some teachers say movies are fantastic. Like me, I think movies are great because they're an opportunity to listen to natural English spoken at a natural speed, and then also be able to read it, right? If you watch it with English subtitles. So maybe for intermediate, it's best to watch it with English sounds and English subtitles. And what's even more powerful is if you already know the story of the movie. So if you've already seen the movie one time in Japanese, you've already understood the story. Or you could watch like Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away in English, you know, give it a shot. And they're a fantastic way because, as I said before, the actress or the actor isn't focusing about English education. They're just saying it in a natural way. So it's a great way to get used to the sounds of English, since as you know, they're very different to the sounds in Japanese. So the sounds of English are great to be learned through movies.
You said it's good for intermediate students or advanced students
as well.
So how about the beginners and like how should beginners learn English from movies? Sometimes it's very difficult to do that. So some people say something like, like movies in English is so fast and actors speak very complex
lines,
English or lines.
It it really does depend on the movie. If you're watching Lord of the Rings and they're saying some very old English, very poetic English, or if you're watching a high-speed action TV show, it's it's gonna be not really aligned to your goals. But if you're watching like Disney or something,
Disney is good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Some of my most popular videos are about the Disney lessons, or like SpongeBob, where it's much more simple English because it's designed for kids.
So designed for kids.
Yeah, so they're great to get used to it, and the voice actors and actresses speak very clearly, so it's very easy to catch. It's very good for beginners, and if you're a beginner in Japanese, it's fine to watch it in English with the Japanese subtitles, and just get used to some of the phrases, and it's great revision to what you're learning in your textbooks and your grammar, because rather than learning grammar in a book, it comes up naturally and with context, like I said. So that's some of the powerful points of watching with movies.
So you talked about active listening. Especially beginners should do that, right?
Yeah.
Active listening and write down some English phrases and also remember them and repeat them over and over again.
Exactly. The shadowing. Shadowing is great because you're kind of not only imitating the sound, but you're also imitating how they say it and what phrases they choose and the intonation, what points they stress. You're getting used to that rhythm of English. It's really good.
Not only memorizing just English phrases, but also they should memorize learn the rhythm and also how they say it. So that's very important, right? So
Exactly.
People miss the rhythm or something like that. They just try to memorize English phrases. So I think that's a good way.
Exactly. And you don't have to do it for the whole movie, because 2-hour movie, if you're constantly looking up new phrases and pausing the video, it might become 3 hours or 4 hours. So it can take time, but you can go onto YouTube and look up the movie clips. Okay, if you like Toy Story best clips, look that up on YouTube, and there's going to be 10-minute or 4-minute videos, and then look at the key phrases of those. That's a great way to learn.
People try to be perfectionists, especially Japanese people.
Exactly.
I think they just pick the favorite phrases.
Yeah.
And also they memorize them and they use them in practice. That's good enough, right?
Good enough. And it also depends on your goals. If you're trying to become a doctor and study medicine in Melbourne University or in New York or something, you're gonna need those technical words. So maybe movies aren't the best. But if you're just looking for daily conversation and a fun way to learn, movies are great because it's constant conversation between the actors and everything like that. So it's a really good source to learn all the phrases and what context they're used in.
How many videos have you been uploading on your channel? Movies.
Oh my god, probably over 300. Or 200 or 300, I don't know. I lost count.
That's amazing.
Yeah, 6 years, so a long time, yeah.
Definitely by watching the 300, I'm not sure, so more than 300 movies, definitely they will be able to speak natural English native speakers, sound like native speakers.
At least, at least native, because think about it, if each one of those videos has 5 phrases or 10 phrases, then 300, that's like 3,000 phrases. Oh my god, for free. Yeah, why not?
That's good. So definitely you should watch his videos and also with movies. Do you have any message you'd like to give those who are watching this video? So some people very sick and tired of studying English.
Here's the simple message. English learning can be fun. Change your mindset about learning. It's not all about textbooks and studying the grammar and being in class and being scolded by your teachers. English learning can be fun. And when you do learn English, you open up to a whole new world, like Aladdin, right? Your perspective changes, the way you see the world changes. We have a great phrase, broaden your horizons.
Yeah, broaden horizons.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happens when you learn English. It gives you a new way to live, a new way to learn. And the more you learn, the more fun your life will be. So guys, just keep going with the English studying. If you hit a wall, if you're stuck in a rut, keep studying. And study in those fun ways. Find what ways are fun for you, and it's gonna be so much better for you.
Good. So thank you very much for giving a good message, because my channel has been missing maybe. So like your positive message is I think is a great influence for, especially for on beginners. So thank you very much for coming to my channel. Maybe we've got lots of takeaways from what we have talked about so far.
That's right.
And
3 hours. 2 hours. And guys, smash the like button, subscribe to Mr. Osaru, and comment the favorite thing that you learned. Why not?
Don't forget to subscribe to his channel and please watch his videos. Definitely his videos will be useful for learning English and also learning the basics of English as well. That's all for today's video. So
that's all for today. Thanks for having me, mate.
Thank you.
Gentlemen.
See you in the next video.
Peace.